Ms. Debora Imanuella is the Senior Vice President for UniPin Global, a digital entertainment payment enabler available in more than 30 countries. As one of the prominent figures in Indonesian as well as in Southeast Asian esports scene, Debora Imanuella is heavily involved in nurturing and developing the esport ecosystem from the ground up. Through her roles, she has been contributing the growth of the esport community by organizing esports competitions at all levels, from university levels to major regional tournament. And Miss Deborah is also an influential advocate for women empowerment in gaming and esport. She actively promotes and believes that one way to empower women is through gaming and also esport. Please give a round of applause to Miss Debora Imanuella.
Hello everyone. Hi, how are you? Okay, first of all, I would like to express my deepest gratitude to Ibu Prita and also Miss Candy and also my beloved London School of Public Relations because I am also an alumni here from here, but it was like years ago. I am from batch 10. So yeah, it's been a while. And I also feel very honored because I can also be one of the speakers together with very, very important and amazing speakers, Felicia and also Mr. Tuhu here, and also even we have the managing director here, Bapak from Maverick, who's involved very heavily in public relations. Okay, so maybe we can just start the session. Okay, so my session is going to be AI, esports, and also the future of PR. So yeah, as we all know that the topic today is all about AI, but let me share to you a very interesting industry named gaming and esports. Okay, so when I'm saying that the industry is big, we need to play by numbers, right? If there's no numbers, then it doesn't feel real. So I can say that the gaming industry is bigger than movie and music industry combined. I see lots of faces here. Like, wow, how come? Okay, so the total revenue in 2022 for gaming and music industry, based on different resources, is approximately 60 billions. But when we're talking about the video games revenue in 2022, reached approximately 184 billions. And esports is only less than 1%. So, esports is a small part of the gaming industry, but it is massively growing. So, let's see. What is the differences between gaming and esports? I believe that all of you here are playing games, right? Whether it's going to be like a competitive game or even a fun games like Candy Crush, right? It's still a game. Okay, so let me tell you the story. Last month, there is a mother who joined, not intentionally joined, but she joined a Candy Crush competition in the game. And she won 300,000 US dollar. Crazy, a mother, right? So I can safely say that everyone are gamers. So all sort of games considers gaming, but not all games can be considered esports. The reason why, because when we are talking about esports, esports is an electronic sports. So there is a competitive elements in it. So when you're saying that you're playing game by yourself, playing Harvest Moon, you cannot say that you're playing an esports game. But if you're saying that, oh, I compete with my friends playing fighting games, I play Tekken, I play Counter-Strike, I play Dota. And in Indonesia and Southeast Asia, the most popular title is Mobile Legends, PUBG M. right? I believe that all of you know about this, and also Free Fire, and lots of other games as well. And in Southeast Asia itself, the rise of female gamers is very, very real. Why? Because of mobile games. So mobile games make games very accessible for females, right? I see lots of female here. Are you guys playing mobile games? Yes. Because before, back then, during my younger days, I need to go to the cyber cafe or I need to buy a console in order for me to be able to play games. But now you can use your phone to play games. That's why in Southeast Asia, mobile games is huge. Okay, if you're talking about the revenue, which country contributes as the biggest revenue in Southeast Asia? Of course, Indonesia. So Indonesia placed the first in terms of the people, the esports enthusiasts, and also in terms of the revenue, followed by Vietnam and Philippines. Okay, in 2021, from Newzoo, we can see that 82% of the total online population in the region play mobile games. I believe that your mother probably have a game as well, right? Right? In their phone. That could be like a Gardenscape. I heard lots of my aunts play it as well. You play Gardenscape? Oh my God, see? There are lots of gamers here. I believe that, you know, like 80% in this room is also gamers. So yeah, it is true that everyone's, like almost everyone's are gamers. And then 39% are the mobile first gamers. Mobile first gamers meaning that before there's a mobile games, they never really interested in gaming because it needs effort, it needs console. You need to buy another device in order for you to be able to play games. But now it's very easy. You can just use your phone. You can use your phone to post pictures on social media, video on TikTok, and then you can also play games. So it's very easy. And then esports enthusiasts are dominated by millennials and Gen Z. I know you guys here are Gen Z, right? So yeah, you guys are dominating the populations of gamers. Okay, and then if you're saying about esports, unfortunately, in esports industry, there's very lack of female representations. The reason is because most of the female are the first-time gamer because they just started playing games when there's like mobile games, and they're not really familiar with the competitiveness. And also, esports give access to engage with the niche community, so it allows lots of brands to target specific communities based on different genre and game title. Because every game title has a different fans, so and also different demographic. Let's say for mobile games itself. In mobile games, we can say that there's like a fighting games like Free Fire. Free Fire cater to more younger audience and also lower class demographic. The reason why, because it doesn't require expensive phone. You can use 1 million phone to play Free Fire. You can use 500 phones to play Free Fire. So it's very, very accessible. But if you're talking about PUBG, you need more expensive phones. So it's very interesting to look at that way. Okay, since we are in a PR school, so I did the SWOT analysis here. So in the industry itself, in the esports industry, there are lots of strengths, of course, the growing market. So there's still lots of room to improve in esports. And then engage and passionate community. Oh my God, have you guys been to one of esports tournament? Anyone? Yeah? What esports tournament? MPL? PMPL? Yeah? Global, PUBG Global, this January. How do you feel? Amazing, right? Very passionate. The community is very passionate. They are very, very engaged with whatever they love. And then it also has a global reach and accessibility. So gaming allow you to meet people from different parts of the world, making connections, limitless connections. And then there are also technology advancements and government recognition. In Indonesia itself, I think we are the first country in Southeast Asia that recognize esports as the field sports. And then if you're talking about weaknesses, yeah, there are lots of weaknesses as well. Lack of mainstream acceptance because it's not mainstream. Like, no one really understand about the industry unless you are in the industry. And then infrastructure and resources gap. Well, I can say that our internet connection is not really the best, right? And it's not really reaching out to other part of Indonesia. So most of the cities are only big cities, but the infrastructure doesn't really reach out to, to the villages. And then the monetization challenges. Why? Because the biggest revenue for esports is still coming from the sponsorship/brands. Okay, for the opportunities itself, what can we do? We can increase media coverage and partnership, and also mobile games is a very, very big opportunity. And also the emerging market, expansion into new game genre. Like right now, the biggest one is the most popular one is Mobile Legends, right? We should do more game genre and make it more exciting. And then threats, regulatory challenges. Because when we're talking about esports community, most of them are not very, very understand about the regulations that the country has. Like their lack of low literacy. So it is quite challenging for that part. And then market saturation and also competition. And also technological disruptions, image repetition, and negative stigma. Okay, so this is the government recognition. The head of the Esports Federation is Bapak Budi Gunawan. Okay, if we are talking about negative stigma, I believe that everyone knows about this, that esports has unhealthy lifestyles. The reason is because all gamers tend to play too much, and then they neglect their health. And then lack of diversity, because most of the gamers in esports are male. And then toxicity, harassment, and also discrimination, especially towards female. And of course, when we are talking about those kind of things, we have to strategize to minimize the negative stigma in esports. And this is where the public relations role come in. So education and awareness, highlight positive aspects from esports, player well-being initiatives, diversity and also inclusion, responsible gaming, combat toxicity and also harassment, media representation, especially from the mainstream one, regulation and governance, and also engage with the community in a positive way. Okay, if we are talking about AI role in esports public relations, there are lots of role for AI in public relations, such as, I think Felicia later will explain more about the AI, but yeah, you guys can see the role. But it is very important, I think, that AI can enhance the efficiency and also provide valuable insights. But I don't think AI will replace the profession of PR professional. I don't think so. I think AI role for public relation is very similar with what Microsoft Excel do with the accountants. They help enhance, improve, how, and then, like just making things easier for the PR. But I don't think that it's going to replace the PR role because human expertise and judgment still remain crucial in esports PR. Okay, last, I can say that PR is very, very essential in esports to managing reputations, building awareness, fostering relationship, navigating crisis, and also promoting the industry growth. Effective PR strategies contribute to the long-term success and also sustainability of esports organizations, teams, players, and the industry as a whole. Thank you so much.
Microphone. Okay, thank you so much, Deborah. Yes, we do all believe that AI and the esports has like really taken over us, especially this generation. Maybe from us, like maybe from the Gen X people. Before, we always say like we have to stop our children. Don't play, don't play. But there's a term they say, if you can't join them, if you can't beat them, join them. So now I know even grandmas, mothers are also playing. You are right, Deborah. It's really a trend, and especially even in LSPR right now, we even have our own club, the Esports and Gaming Club. Siya pa di sini yung member of the E-Club, Esports and Gaming Club. I know it's really growing also in LSPR. Even in the SEA Games, we already have the esports. So it will not stop. It will not really end, but it's just going to keep on improving. So my first question, I'm going to open the question to the floor. I'm sure most of our students, you have a lot of questions to Miss Debora. I'm sure one of you wants to be like her one day, conquering the esports arena. So maybe my first question, Debora, for you. We have most of the expert PR here. In what other terms does PR can help the esports and the gaming industry?
Okay, I think I had a small talk with Felicia before that I think in a couple of years, PR will really be needed in the industry, especially in Indonesia, because right now there are lots of game publishers starting to open their offices in Indonesia, especially in mobile games. Because before gaming is dedicated only for consoles and also for PC games, right? Which is in Indonesia, it's not really the market because it's quite expensive, right? So that's why when the mobile games era started, so many people starting to play the games, and then like I explained before that there are lots of kids who's not responsible enough. So that could be a backfire to the company. And that's why the role of PR is very important in order to protect the company itself, the game publisher itself, and also the government. Because right now, most of the kids that's playing games, they are very lack in low literacy. They say that, like for example, why we need a federation for the esports, right? Like, so they complain, like, why do we need to follow the rules? So in a PR perspective, PR need to be a good PR, need to think like a very good strategy in order for the federation be able to say what they want to the community itself and to educate the community in order for the federation be able to engage in whatever they want. Yeah.
Okay, thank you so much, Deborah. And maybe lastly, before I give the floor to our students, how did you make it to the industry? Because we all know that the gaming industry is swarmed dominantly by males. So maybe you could give your success story to our students.
Okay, so it is actually a very interesting question. I got this question a lot actually since I'm a woman in the industry. So my journey is I graduated from LSPR. So gaming is always been my passion ever since I was small. But during my time, gaming is not a career option. So I forgot my passion and my dream. The reason why, because all my circle, all my family keep telling me there's no future in gaming. Why are you keep chasing that? Why are you keep playing games? Why are you, like following whatever in the industry? And then that's why I stopped playing games. So I pursue my career in the university and then do so many things, jumping into different industry itself until COVID. So during COVID, everyone plays games, including me. I come back to playing games a lot every day during COVID, especially during the first 3 months, right? And then I played game, but I'm not someone who just can sit and play games. So I was like thinking, I think I should do something for the gaming industry. I realized that the role model in esports and gaming is very lack of female representation. So that's why I was like, why don't we just create a community for female gamers? So that's where I started to develop my own gaming community named Luna Nera with a purpose to empower women in gaming. Because I always believe in empowering women. The reason why? Because when we empower women, we are not only empower women, but we empower our nation and our future generation. Because women are the only gender who has the privilege to give birth to the future generations. And esports is one way. There are lots of ways, but I believe that esports is one way to empower the future generations. And then after my community, and then UniPin, the company, is the first company who sponsor my community. And then from there, the owner see what I'm doing, and then he asked me to send a CV, and then I apply, and then here I am. So yeah, here I am now in the industry, taking over the world with being a woman and an Indonesian as well. So even like early this year, I was representing Indonesia as the Southeast Asia region in Bahrain, Middle East, to talk in a gaming conference as the only Indonesian and female Indonesian as well. So that's what I do. I believe that when you have passion, even though, well, sometimes maybe you need to stop for a bit, but if you do really believe, I think there will be opportunities. And when you see the opportunities, take it, and then learn from it, and then do whatever it takes. That's why I can be advanced and be on top of the game. That's what I do. Yeah.
Yes, thank you so much, Debora. Very inspiring. So, who among you have a question to Miss Debora? Okay. Please.
Okay. My name is Hanum Cahaya Kinanti from Batch 26. As we all know, the esport industry in the last 5 years has been growing rapidly, huge among young people. So my question is, UniPin is a payment service provider for games and digital products. Can you tell us what is your strategy to win the competition in this market? Thank you.
To win the competition as a company of a UniPin as the payment platform, or
Yes.
UniPin as
Yes.
a player. Okay.
Okay.
So UniPin is like I told you, the digital entertainment payment enabler. So there are other competitors as well, but what makes us different is what I'm doing right now, is the community. So I built the whole esports ecosystem in the company. So if you're asking me, what does UniPin have? We have everything. We have the community, we have the student community, we have more than 50 universities engaged with our program, student program. Maybe LSPR later will join us as well. So we also have our own entertainment. We even have our own esports media. We have our own esports academy as well, because we want to approach esports and gaming from the education side. Yeah. So we also have our own event organizer. So we even create our own tournament. Our biggest tournament, maybe if you guys following Mobile Legends, is UniPin Lady Series. It's a tournament dedicated for female, because we want to create a safe space for the female, for them to be able to start learning to be competitive. So UniPin is not just a top-up platform, but we are more than that. We want to create impact, and we want to be able to give back to the community. That's what makes us different, and that's also one of our strategy. I don't think there will be a big number when it comes to sales if we do lots of these things, but it is gonna be one of the customer journey, and it is also one of the PR strategy. I think I think Miss Candy, you understand this, right? Yeah, it is also the PR strategy to show the community that we really care with them, and we do. Thank
Okay,
you.
Thank you. I hope you answer your question. Next, we have here.
Thank you for the opportunity given. My name is Abdullah Emir Pramudia. I'm from the PT Semogasga IPO, a company with partner with Myriad with the metaverse world kind of things. I just want to ask you one simple question. Is there, how about the future of gaming itself, especially UniPin sees the future of the self? Is there a possibility of combining with metaverse, NFT, something like Gen Z's related things in the future, and how UniPin anticipated that? Thanks in advance.
Thank you for the question. Actually, it's already happening since last year. So last year, I don't know if you guys familiar with Axie Infinity. So Axie Infinity is a Web3 game. It started out in the Vietnam, and it is the one that brings Philippines' economic amazingly better during COVID. So Axie Infinity is a game where you combine the metaverse, Web3, so you can get money. So they call it not pay to, it's play to earn. So you play while you're earning money. But then unfortunately, because of the market crash for the crypto and everything, so the Web3 gaming right now is not really working well. So all the Web3 gaming, what they're doing right now is they're trying to switch to Web 2.5. Yeah, so they're trying to promote that game first, and then later on, maybe in 1-2 years, we don't know, right? If the market is getting better, then they're going to launch their, Web3, NFT, and everything. Yeah.
Okay, thank you. I think we're running out of time. Can we just have like one last question from that side?
Hello, Miss Deborah. Good afternoon. My name is Shabrina, and I'm from batch 26. And I would like to ask your opinion about how can esports organization and tournament organizers ensure the fairness and integrity of competitions, particularly in regard to cheating and match fixing. Thank you.
Okay, so is it like for ladies or for all tournaments? All tournaments. Okay, for all tournaments, right now, the federations, we already have the certification of the referee. So referee in esports is a real job. Yeah, so that's why we take seriously in creating a referee with a certificate who really understand the game. So we cannot just choose like a random person, but we need to use someone, a referee, who really understand the game. So when someone do the cheating, then they will understand. They will know what's happening, and then they will stop the game, and they will give sanction to whoever do the cheating. And if we're talking about online, so in online, it's hard if we want to to define the people who's cheating, right? So what we do is they need to put a camera, especially for the ladies tournament. They need to put camera, and they need to play in front of the camera. And as for the match fixing, of course, we are trying to like making sure that like for example, we know exactly how good is the player. So if they intentionally do something, then there will be something happening, right? So that's why we do deeper investigation. And fortunately that the head of the Esports Federation, Pak Budi Gunawan, is from the intelligence. of Indonesia. So when there is something like that happening, so we do a deep investigation to avoid that. And match fixing and cheating is a very, very bad thing in esports. So we really, really take it seriously. Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much, Miss Deborah. Let's give her another round of applause, everyone. Thank you for that presentation. Back to our MC, Miss Micah.
Thank you so much, Ms. Candy, for conducting the question and answer session. And also thank you, Ms. Deborah, for a very wonderful presentation and very insightful from another perspective of esport and gaming.